Hey, what's happening guys? This is Abhishek and you're watching Gizmo Ground. So wireless neckbands aren't really new in the market. As a matter of fact, this is OnePlus's third attempt at wireless neckband earphones. But I think what they did right this time around is the fact that they nailed the pricing. At least for India, it is absolutely a steal at 2000 rupees because the very same pair of headphones in the US or the UK are more than double, retailing for £50 and 50 US respectively. So for 2000 rupees, are these really worth the money? Let's find out. Firstly, build and design. The build of these earphones are pretty similar to the Bullets Wireless 2s and the wireless ones, but the only main difference is that these come in plastic housings, which don't really give it that really premium feel. Then again, these are not meant to be premium earphones, right? I mean, the Bullets Wireless 2 at launch was thrice the price of these ones. Also, these earphones are really awkwardly shaped in my opinion, and it really irritates me. For if I'm using this for maybe 2-3 hours at a stretch, I'll definitely have to pull them out and maybe readjust them and put it back in. That said, where the shine though is the neckband. The neckband is made up of really soft TPU or silicone material, and honestly speaking, I was really afraid that I'll always have to put them around my neck even when I maybe want to mangle them up and put it in my pocket. But trust me, I can actually fold them up into a compact shape and compact form factor and put it in my pocket, and it won't really deform over time, or so it seems. Only time will tell, I guess. For the time being, the neckband seems to be really comfortable, and that's always a plus. Now, coming to the sound quality of these earphones, so right off the bat, let me clear this out. These do not have aptX audio. Now, the fact that it doesn't have aptX audio doesn't really hamper the sound quality in my opinion. So HD AAC codec is there present in these earphones, and honestly for me it gets the job done more than 90% of the time, or maybe even 100. Mids and the highs are really crisp. Instrument separation is definitely there. The vocals are also really clear, but the bass is a little muddy. It's not completely non-existent as some of the reviews might make you think. There's definitely bass in here, but definitely not really good bass. The bass could have been better even for the price in my opinion. Okay, as far as the volumes on these earphones are concerned, I don't think you'll ever need to turn them up more than 70%. I never use these earphones at more than 70%, and neither should you, to be honest. But honestly, if you really want to try it out at 100%, believe me, it's gonna hurt your ears. These get really loud. Okay, so there's something funny that I'd like to point out. If you go into any OnePlus device and go into settings, sound and vibrations, and then audio tuner, you're going to be able to see sound presets for the Bullets Wireless 1s, the Wireless 2s, and even the Apple AirPods. But sadly enough, not for the Bullets Wireless Z. This is really weird. I don't know why OnePlus would do this, but whatever it is, they should definitely push out an update with the Bullets Wireless Z presets as well. Okay, so recently there's been an update for the OnePlus 7, 7 Pro, and even the 7T, where the OnePlus Bullets Wireless Z gets a different mode altogether. It's called a Dolby Atmos mode. Now, here's the problem that I feel is that I bought the Bullets Wireless Z with the same amount of money that a OnePlus 7T owner would, right? And why should they get more out of the Bullets Wireless Z than I do? So here's the thing, I think this is going into a track which Apple has been following for years. They're trying to push you into this ecosystem. They're trying to urge you to buy their latest and greatest products, which should not be the case. You should be able to use the Bullets Wireless Z to their full potential, as much as a OnePlus 7T or a 7 or a 7 Pro user. But that's just me. Next, coming to latency. Okay, so this is the big question, and this is their big marketing gimmick. Yes, I'm gonna call it gimmick for now, because the low latency mode, even with Fanatic mode on the OnePlus devices, doesn't really work as advertised. Here's what I mean by this. While playing PUBG on my phone, I definitely noticed a delay. If you're somewhat of a serious player in PUBG Mobile, you would definitely notice a delay. The delay is probably between 100 to 200 milliseconds, but nowhere close to the sub 100 milliseconds as OnePlus and even some famous YouTubers like TKB claim on their channel. So TKB on his channel claims that these offer him sub 100 millisecond latency, but I actually use the same app with Fanatic mode on the OnePlus 6, and I got latency of around 300 milliseconds, which is quite a lot. And even if you go to the OnePlus forums and see for yourselves, lots of people are complaining about the same thing. let's see OnePlus, does anything about it. Let me know down in the comment section if you want me to do a detailed video regarding the latency issues on these. So if you're actually getting pushed or rushed by a squad, it's going to be really difficult to make out the sounds of individual footsteps, because while in a close combat firefight, every millisecond counts, to be honest, and these won't make it. Honestly, this won't cut it for me, so I end up using a wired earphone in any case while I'm playing PUBG. But the lag or the latency is mainly on games and if you're browsing videos on YouTube in Chrome, not the app, mind you. The apps work really well with these earphones. YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, you name it, they are absolutely synced with this. No lip syncing issue or delay whatsoever. It's only in Chrome, if you're playing back YouTube videos or maybe playing PUBG, that you're going to be able to notice the lag. Funnily enough, the latency doesn't occur when I actually play PUBG PC Lite on my Windows PC. There is absolutely no latency or very minimal latency, to a point where I can't even notice it on my PC. So that's really weird in my opinion. I even had to talk with the OnePlus customer care support team, and they think that this can't really be solved with an OTA update, mainly because this might be a hardware level issue. So let's just wait and find out. Next, coming to charging. Now, if latency was a deal breaker for me, the charging is definitely the deal maker. Okay, so the Bullets Wireless Zs actually do give you a playback time of around 10 hours on 10 minutes of charging, provided you have the 30-watt charging brick. But even with my 20-watt charging brick of the OnePlus 6, I managed to get around 8.5 hours of playback time, and that still is really unprecedented and unheard of in this price segment. Even the newly released Oppo Enco M31, the charging on those earphones are really poor when you pit it up against the OnePlus Bullets Wireless Z, even being from the same parent company, BBK Electronics, that is. Full charge on these, however, take about 30 minutes roughly and gives you about 2 days in my testing, or maybe about 20 hours of playback time, roughly speaking. In any case, within 2000 rupees, this definitely seemed to be the bang for the buck earphones if charging speed and charging times are a big deal to you. Now, coming to the features, this thing is absolutely jam-packed with features. The quick switch feature, in my opinion, is single-handedly the best feature these earphones have to offer. I really did not expect it to be this fast. It switches between my phone and my PC within about 2 seconds without fail, and that is really good. This definitely gets the job done if you're looking for an all-purpose earphone. If you're connecting this with your laptop or your Windows 10 PC, make sure to connect these in earphones mode and not headphones mode to get the best sound quality out of these. I think I forgot to mention that which you probably know by now, is that these actually have magnetic on and off feature, which absolutely I didn't know how I'd feel about those initially, but these seem to be really effortless. I mean, you don't even notice it. You just let it hang around your neck and it turns off and saves battery. And if you want to plug it into your ears, all you do is just put them back in your ear and it starts playing whatever was playing in the background. It's as simple as that. And it takes about only 3 seconds to completely turn it off or on. So that's also pretty fast. So coming to pricing, are these value for money? So here's the thing, the OnePlus Bullets Wireless 1s were launched at 3,999 and the Bullets Wireless 2s were launched at 5,999, which was even more expensive. And OnePlus, I'm sure they realized that they won't be able to move a lot of number of earphones if they actually maintain the price that high in a market as price sensitive as India. So they had to bring down the price. So what they did this time around is they actually halved the price of these earphones to about 2,000 rupees. These actually retail for around 4,000 rupees or $50 in the US or even in the UK. So considering the fact that India gets the lowest price, I think that's a great move from OnePlus perspective. I think this time around they're just betting on sheer numbers. So that could be the only justifiable reason why the price is so low. Let's see what the future holds for OnePlus. In conclusion, I think these are a great buy except for the latency. The thing is that the latency was a heavily marketed feature, right? Targeting a lot of gaming audience, people who like to play games, especially PUBG Mobile and Call of Duty on their phones these days. So considering the fact that the low latency mode was really heavily marketed, I think it's a big letdown. If OnePlus somehow manages to fix that, then it might be okay, but other than that, everything else seems to be on point. So if the latency on these things were really low as they claimed, I think this would have been an absolute no-brainer. But for now, if you're really into gaming and if you were planning to buy these for gaming, I'd suggest you wait a few more months or maybe 1 month and wait for the OnePlus Wireless Buds, which are just around the corner. Anyhow guys, do hit subs if you really like this video. Remember, I need to buy each and every product on this channel, so it really helps the channel out if you subscribe and maybe hit the like button down below. And as always, thanks for watching.